So this is the first one of these that I'm doing, and I'm really behind, so I'm doing a whole bunch of these reviews, one right after the other. I don't really have footage from the other, from the films or what have you. So we're just gonna enjoy watching trailer pieces over and over again. All right, so this is the review for Beetlejuice. I'm really not a huge fan of Beetlejuice, the original, at all. I liked it. I was a kid when it came out, but I don't have a bunch of Beetlejuice stuff in my house. I don't rewatch the movie. I don't own any form of it, whether digital or physical or whatnot. So this review is coming from a place of just a casual person where it's like, oh, I like the movie. I'm familiar with the movie. I'm familiar with Beetlejuice. I think a lot of people are. And pretty much that's it. I went to go see the what was it, sequel? It's not really remake, sequel, because of that. So personally, for me, the sequel just was a little too convoluted. There was just too much going on with the plot. I don't really do spoiler free reviews, so if you haven't seen it, and I don't want to risk saying something that you don't want to hear, but basically there was just too many plots. There was Lydia, who I guess from the first movie, and some stuff with her marrying somebody was predictable, some sleazy guy who was pushing marriage, so you knew, of course, he had some ulterior motive, right? And then the daughter, who is a typical angsty kid that I'm so sick of freaking seeing, where she has a bunch of attitude because her father passed away and her dad were close, so she's just being such a bitch to her mom or whatnot. And she falls in love with somebody who turns out to be a ghost, but I mean, I don't know that anyone who watches the movie would be surprised. And so she is, like so many of these kids, the stereotype, she's so self-aware and so smart that she's so stupid that she decides to fall for this ghost and help him come back to life. It's just kind of ironic because for the majority of the movie she doesn't believe in her mom's powers and blah blah blah, but yet she meets this guy, realizes he's a ghost, and she just trusts him that there's a way for him after passing however many years ago to be brought back to life. It's kind of nonsensical or whatnot, but she ends up, of course, she has to, for the story, getting duped into going into the afterlife and all that. Of course, we know he's trying to trick her. Again, this is not really very original storytelling. But of course, like I mentioned earlier, her father has passed, so we know that when she goes into the afterlife with this guy, her dad is there. She sees him, and I guess it's supposed to be emotional because she's been crying this entire movie about how her dad passed away, or whatever the case is. So her dad springs into action to go and save her, and her mom, however she does, figures out that something's going on. So her mom goes out into the afterworld, and there's some other story where Beetlejuice is still trying to marry the mother, Lydia. So he's going after her, but then he had somebody that he married years ago. I think the character's name was Dolores. I don't believe that was at all a part of the original movie, so this seems to be something that's extra. But again, I have not watched the original in several years, decades, whatever. I have not watched it in a long time. I did not rewatch it before watching this, so I may just be the one lost. But either way, his wife is now, for reasons unknown, trying to find him at this present point in time. So he's running from her. And then there's like a weird detective character too that's looking for Beetlejuice or whoever. It just was just too much stuff going on. You could have just stuck to like one plot. One plot, maybe two plots. You didn't need 700 plots, but we got 700 plots. And it just kind of makes the movie, for me anyway, a little less enjoyable. So if you enjoy 700 plots, then you will love this movie. If you don't enjoy 700 plots and just kind of prefer a more streamlined movie, then you will enjoy this. What I did like about the movie is that aesthetically it was pretty much the same as it had been before. So that was really enjoyable. I love visually how the film came together, but plot wise for me, it just kind of was, it was all right. Of course, it was never really meant to be scary, so it's not a scary film. I guess depending on your threshold for scary or not scary. I wasn't upset that I saw it in theaters. Of course, I went just because of the hype and because I guess this is what I'm doing now, is reviewing these types of things. So I went for that. I wasn't disappointed in that sense, but again, I am not a Beetlejuice fan. I am not somebody who's going to dress up for for Halloween as Beetlejuice, or at any other point in time. You're not going to catch me with any type of Beetlejuice merchandise. So my ties to the actual movie are extremely loose and probably very non-existent beyond watching it to review it. So again, for anybody who's just a casual movie fan, you're not going to regret it, I don't think, if you throw it on the TV, on a random day just for something to watch. I can't really speak to how Beetlejuice fans are going to particularly take to the movie and like it. But at the end of the day, I would say it was an alright movie. You're not missing much if you don't watch it. And its upsides, basically the visuals. Its downsides, essentially the plot, at least for me. And that's about it.